can hang it on a wall or store it in your closet. Got a bigger clearing job to handle? Blast past the limits of extension cords. Forget about mixing gas and oil. Instead, cut the cord with Snow Joe. This 48-volt Snow Joe blower powered by two 24-volt Ion Plus batteries can clear up to 10 tons of snow in 30 minutes on a single charge. It's about the weight of 5 pickup trucks. You only get that kind of power with Snow Joe's exclusive 24-volt Ion Plus battery technology with EcoSharp power management. Driving a heavy-duty, rubber-tipped steel blade auger that shreds snow without scratching the pavement and with 0 emissions. Best of all, it starts like this. Listen to how quiet it is. And the handle folds for easy storage.
After years of shoveling snow with a traditional manual shovel, my search led me to Snow Joe's cordless battery-operated snow blowers. Ended up being one of the absolute best purchases that I have ever made. Both me and my lower back, thank you.
Call now to order your Snow Joe today with prices starting at just $199.99. Or go online to getsnowjoe.com and pay as low as $19 a month. Order now and get a free cover, ice dozer, snow scraper, plus an additional year's warranty for 3 years coverage and free shipping. A total savings of over $100. This special TV offer is not available in stores, so call now.
Call 1-800-288-7892 or go online to getsnowjoe.com. That's 1-800-288-7892. Call now.
We've got some difficult days ahead. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain, and I've looked over. And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. And I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
God is not interested merely in the freedom of black men and brown men and yellow men, but God is interested in the freedom of the whole human race and the creation of a society where all men will live together as brothers. No, we need not hate. We need not use violence. That is another way. A way as old as the insights of Jesus of Nazareth. As modern as the techniques of Mohandas K. Gandhi. That is another way. A way as old as Jesus saying, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Pray for them that despitefully use you. And as modern as Gandhi saying, through Thoreau, non-cooperation with evil is as much a moral obligation as is cooperation with good. That is another way. A way as old as Jesus saying, turn the other cheek. And when he said that, he realized that turning the other cheek might bring suffering sometimes. He realized that it may get you home bombed sometimes. He realized that it may get you stabbed sometimes. He realized that it may get you scarred up sometimes. But he was saying in substance that it is better to go through life with a scarred up body than a scarred up soul. That is another way. This is what we got to see.
One day later, on April 4th, 1968, Dr. King stepped out onto the balcony of his motel room in Memphis, where he had been meeting with Ralph Abernathy, Jesse Jackson, and others. From across the way, a single shot was fired. Martin Luther King fell dead, murdered at the age of 39. James Earl Ray was convicted of the murder of Martin Luther King. King was a man with extraordinary gifts. A dreamer with a vision of equality he shared so generously for the good of humanity. A hero of magnificent courage, eloquence, and inspiration. A father of 4 young children, a leader with a lifetime of yet untapped potential.
We will be the participants in a great building process that will make America a new nation. We will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. This is our challenge. This is the way we must grapple with this dilemma. We will be a great people. Let us have faith in the future. I know it's dark sometimes. And I know all of us begin to ask, how long will we have to live with this sister? I us are asking, how long will prejudice blind divisions of men, darken their understanding, and drive bright-eyed wisdom from her sacred throne? When will wounded justice, lying prostrate on the streets of our cities, be lifted from this dust of shame to reign supreme among the children of men? Yes, when will the radiant star of hope be plunged against the nocturnal bosom of this moonlit night?
200,000 Americans, black and white, walked slowly through the sun-baked streets of Atlanta, following the mule-drawn sharecropper's farm wagon that carried his casket. In the aftermath of King's death, riots broke out in over 100 cities. Soldiers marched across America against her own people. Tens of thousands were arrested. Martin Luther King provided a more constructive call to arms when he said, "Nonviolence is a powerful and just weapon. It is a weapon unique in history, which cuts without wounding, and ennobles the man who wields it. It is a sword that heals." With America still immersed in violence and injustice, what has survived the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King? In 1955, before Martin Luther King entered public life, in much of the United States, Americans of African descent could not even vote. King's work had made it possible for Edward Brooke to be elected the first black U.S. Senator. In 1967, Thurgood Marshall was sworn in as the first black Supreme Court Justice. That same year, Carl Stokes and Richard Hatcher were elected the first black mayors of major U.S. cities. In 1968, Shirley Chisholm became the first African-American woman elected to Congress. In 1992, Carol Moseley Brown became the first black woman elected to the United States Senate. But if this seems like too little too late, remember that the legacy of Dr. King remains a call to personal action for profound and immediate positive change.
There's a little song that we sing in our movement down in the South. I don't know if you've heard it, but it has become the theme song. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Deep in my heart I do believe we shall overcome. Though I join hands so often with students and others behind jail bars singing it, we shall overcome. Sometimes we've had tears in our eyes when we joined together to sing it, but we still decided to sing it. We shall overcome. No, before this victory is won, some will have to get thrown in jail some more, but we shall overcome. We shall overcome because William Cullen Bryant is right. Truth crushed to earth will rise again. We shall overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome. With this faith, we will go out and adjourn the councils of despair and bring new light into the dark chambers of pessimism. And we will be able to rise from the fatigue of despair to the buoyancy of hope. And this will be a great America. We will be the participants in making it so. And so as I leave you this evening, I say, walk together, children. Don't you get weary. There's a great camp meeting in the camp. Ralph Waldo Emerson said in a lecture back in 1871 that if a man can write a better book, preach a better sermon, or make a better mousetrap than his neighbor, even if he builds his house in the woods, the world will make a beaten path to his door. This will become increasingly true. We're going to have to take advantage of new opportunities. But we must set out to do our life's work so well that nobody could do it better. We must set out to do a good job. We must not seek merely to do a good Negro job. If you're setting out to be merely a good Negro doctor, a good Negro lawyer, a good Negro teacher, a good Negro preacher, a good Negro skilled laborer, a good Negro barber, a good Negro beautician, you have already flunked your matriculation exam for entrance into the University of Integration. We must get ready.
The world's biggest stars and global newsmakers live on the Griot TV. News, movies, and content that features leaders like Vice President Kamala Harris and Dr. Anthony Fauci. Watch the Griot Check your local listings.
There's gotta be a better way. At Good To Go Insurance, you can get coverage with as little as $20 down despite your driving record. Get an online quote for a low monthly payment in less than a minute. Save money by only paying for the coverage you need and get proof of insurance on the spot. Visit goodtogo.com and get coverage fast, cheap, and easy. That's goodtogo.com.
The bladder control aisle. You won't shop here again. Your private business is your own. The constant struggle is over. Now there's a better way. It's HDIS. We home deliver bladder control products. We understand how you feel. For over 25 years, we've home delivered to many of the 20 million Americans who deal with incontinence. We offer all brands. We pay shipping and use plain, unmarked boxes. If we can help you or someone you care for, call for your free product sample pack and $45 in money-saving coupons. Our counselors will help you choose the right product. And unlike stores, we're always in stock. You'll get what you need. Satisfaction guaranteed. HDIS, the better way.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog, $45 in money-saving coupons, and free product samples, call 1-800-908-7124. That's 1-800-908-7124.
Healthcare professionals agree that sleep impacts everything you do. Chics Performance Sheets are engineered to keep you cool, dry, and comfortable. Chics are the world's most breathable, moisture-wicking, ridiculously soft sheets with superior stretch, even tested and proven on adjustable beds. Upgrade to Chics now.
Go to trychics.com to get 25% off and we'll ship them for free. Plus, we'll include 2 additional pillowcases at no cost. That's over $100 in savings. Go to trychics.com now.
Give yourself a moment to get comfortable and cozy as you settle in for tonight's story, based on the Gospels.
Fall asleep now with Bible Bedtime Stories, exclusively on the Pray.com app.
This month on The Griot.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free.
For more than 300 years, millions of black people were taken from their homes, from their native countries, enslaved, kidnapped, bought, sold, and treated savagely like commodities. In 1865, the Civil War ended slavery with the Jim Crow laws, who declared that white and black people should be equal, but separated and segregated in all things. Black people were no longer slaves, but they were still not free. As the nation entered the 20th century, they were still oppressed and discriminated against, as if they were not human beings. They were refused the same rights as white people. They couldn't attend the same schools, were forced to use separate public utilities, and didn't have the right to vote. They lived in a segregated society.
We have come a long, long way in the civil rights struggle, but let me remind you this afternoon that we have a long, long way to go.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born to this world, but he would spend